Hey everyone, welcome to today's lesson. Today's lesson is all about the lateral area and surface area of prisms and cylinders. By now you should have already written down the formulas on your formula sheet, and now it's time to try a couple examples. But first, let's make sure we define our variables. For lateral area, the P represents the perimeter, and the H represents the height. For our surface area, we remember that the LA is lateral area, and the B equals the area of the base. Now let's look at an example. Let's start with a prism. Let's say that the dimensions of my base are, say, 7 and 5, and we'll say the height of my prism is 10. To find the lateral area, we need to find the perimeter of the base times the height. It's always important to write that formula down and then plug in the information. So, to find the perimeter, we've got 10 plus 14, because our base is a rectangle here. So our perimeter is 24. And our height was given to us, which is 10. So my lateral area of this prism is 240. Now, remember, the lateral area represents everything on the sides. Okay? Now, to figure out the surface area, we need to take our lateral area and then add on my two bases. So you'll remember the bases are these faces here. So my lateral area we found was 240. Now, the area of my base we can find by multiplying 5 times 7, which is 35. I will add 2 of those to my surface area. So my surface area equals 240 plus 70, which is equal to 310, and this is going to be units squared. Let's try an example with a cylinder. We've got a wonderfully drawn cylinder as shown up top. And let's say this cylinder has a radius of 6. First things first, we need to find my lateral area. That's the perimeter of the base times the height. Now, since my base is a circle, the perimeter of a circle is more commonly called the circumference. So, the circumference of my base is going to be pi times the diameter. Since my radius is 6, my diameter is 12, so the circumference is 12 pi. My lateral area will be 12 pi times the height, which in this case we'll say is 8. So 12 pi times 8. So my lateral area, I'm going to leave this in exact form, so 12 times 8 is equal to 96. So my lateral area is 96 pi. And again, that will be units squared. To find my surface area, I then need to find my lateral area plus 2 of my bases. And again, my bases are the circles on the top and the bottom. So my lateral area we found out to be 96 pi. The area of my base we can find by doing pi r squared. The radius here is 6, so the area of my base is 36 pi. Okay, I have 2 of those bases, so 2 times 36 pi. I need to simplify, so 96 pi plus 72 pi. And again, I'm going to keep it in exact form, and I'll do 96 plus 72, and my final answer will be 168 pi. Since we're talking about area, this will still be units squared. All right, let's look at an example in your packet. Please turn your packet to 99A. On this page, you should see the net for a triangular prism. We are going to use the net and the information given to find both the lateral area and the surface area. First, we need to fill in some missing pieces. We're given that the base is a right triangle, and we're told that it's a 45, 45, 90 right triangle. So that tells me that the other leg is 6, and my hypotenuse of the base will be 6 root 2 for my special right triangles. So 6 root 2, and I'm going to approximate that. It's about 8.5 inches. And I know it's inches because my picture is labeled as such. Now, the perimeter of the base. Since my two legs are 6, that's 12, plus the hypotenuse, which is 6 root 2, that is approximately 20.5 inches. Now, the lateral area. We remember that our lateral area is the perimeter of the base times the height. In this case, my lateral area is 20.5, which was the perimeter of my base, times the height of this prism is given here as 3 inches, so times 3. My lateral area is equal to 61.5 inches squared. Now, let's find the area of the base. This is needed to find the surface area. So, the area of my base, I'll use the formula 1/2 the base times the height for my triangle area formula. My area I will find is 1/2 times the base of this right triangle, which is 6, times the height of the right triangle, which is 6. So the area of the base is 18. All right, let's put it all together to find the surface area. So the surface area is going to be the lateral area plus 2 of the bases. I know my lateral area because I found it earlier to be 61.5 plus 2 of my bases. When I simplify, I should find that my surface area is 97.5 inches squared. Now it's your turn. I want you to try questions 2 and 3 below and then check your answers. Make sure you are finding the surface area of each figure. All right, for question number 2, you should have first found your lateral area, which in this case was equal to 512. Then we can find our surface area, which is the lateral area plus both bases. In this problem, your lateral area was 512 plus your bases, which were 240, for a grand total of 652 inches squared. All right, question number 3 is dealing with cylinders. You first again needed to find the lateral area, the perimeter of the base times the height, and you should have gotten 96 pi. Now we'll use that to find the surface area. The surface area is the lateral area plus both bases. The surface area here is 96 pi plus the area of my bases, so 2 times 16 pi, for a whopping grand total of 128 pi, and this was centimeters squared.
That was easy.
Well, I sure hope those are easy. If not, please go back and try them again. When you come into class, we'll continue to work on some more examples of finding surface area and lateral area of prisms and cylinders. Hope you enjoyed the lesson.
Tell me now, baby, is it good to you? Can you do the things that I do? I can take you high.